Let's get the show on the road.
Let's go.
Good evening, Ashley Probert.
Good evening, Mike.
How are you?
I'm very good, and you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Are you okay?
I'm good. It's the visas didn't go to plan, did they?
I know they didn't, but it's alright.
Yeah. See? Stormy seasons, and we're still here doing it. Stormy season is a stormy day, but yeah, visas didn't go to plan. It sucks.
No, costing
more money.
A lot more money than we expected, but it is what it is. As like it's so quickly, like so cool. As the more you give, the more you receive in tenfold. So these what it is.
Pay what you have to pay to live for the privilege to live in Thailand. So.
Unfortunately, those things are gonna have to get out of our way before we can continue.
Any housekeeping? Nothing dramatic happening.
I think that's day 45. I mean, it's half of 90.
Yeah, half of 90. Oh, that's significant. That's half of 3 months. So a month and a half of this. Yeah, bad storm in America. That looks bad.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible. Springboks are on holiday.
So are we.
So we are on holiday too. But the school won't leave us alone.
Yeah. What else is going on in the world that we know about?
That's about as far as. It's quite nice that that's how far our P Diddy
the election.
I know that.
Israel,
I know. But other than that, I know nothing else that's going on in the news. Kids. There was a bus accident in Bangkok. That I know. The storm in America. The war. I know Britain's going through some pension fund scams, and P Diddy. Other than that, I know nothing. Yeah, it's great. Actually, so yeah, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing that we know nothing. We are very happy that that's how far our world.
No, I can't imagine thinking of anything more than what I currently think.
Yeah. We are preoccupied with reading our Bibles and spending time with God, or trying to spend time with God, learning, failing, failing hard. Anyway, enough chatting. Do you want to read or shall I?
I think you should.
It's long. I read a bit louder.
Yeah, but do some of the pauses there. Leviticus 18:26 to 28. So it's a longer one. We'll try our best to dissect. Help us. It's going to be in the description. Put in the comments what you think it means. But here we go. But you shall keep my statutes and my ordinances and commit none of these abominations. Statutes, right? Yeah, statutes. But you shall keep my statutes and my ordinances and commit none of these abominations. Either the citizen or the alien who resides among you, and then there's brackets, for the inhabitants of the land who were before you committed all these abominations, and the land became defiled. So basically the people, the inhabitants of the land who were before you, the empire before you, committed these abominations and the land became defiled. That's in brackets. And then otherwise the land will vomit you out for defiling it, as it vomited out the nation that was before you. So if I read it without the brackets quickly first. Yes,
But you shall keep my statutes and my ordinances and commit none of these abominations, either the citizen or the alien who resides among you. Otherwise the land will vomit you out for defiling it, as it vomited out the nation that was before you. And then basically talking about the nation before them. For the inhabitants of the land who were before you committed all these abominations, and the land became defiled. That's hectic. I don't know if we could say what I think I'm saying, what I think I want to talk about. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Could I get in trouble here in Thailand? For the thing that they wanted you to do that you felt uncomfortable doing at immigration. The thing.
Yes. And that's an
No, you can't.
I can't mention it. Okay, so
can't.
something happened at immigration that people might know happens in Asian countries at immigration, and actually felt incredibly wrong about doing this. It was
I'm
pre-organized.
so glad you actually bring that up because I told you that I did not feel comfortable and I don't want to continue doing
That.
because it feels exceptionally wrong, and I actually prayed about it before.
I know,
Actually, I'm
how's
going
this-
to be honest about it. I prayed about this before and I was like, oh, Jesus,
How is this
if
the
you
verse?
want this-
But what's wild is how is citizen or alien? We are the aliens in Thailand. We are not the.
Oh, I'm so glad you even see it clearer than I am.
What the heck?
I was like, I can't.
Did you know this verse is going on?
No, but I can't continue to do that. So either something has to change, or
That's it, right? So it's we are Christians living in a Muslim and Buddhist country where things kind of work a bit differently, and it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal where matters of morals, things, when in South Africa, if your brother is really catching on nonsense, right? But everybody's out of the house. You know how one other sibling might gossip with the mom or the dad about it. But that's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of accepted in our culture. In these cultures, they don't really gossip at all. But these things that we feel
yes.
aren't okay with us do
Yes.
happen, where that doesn't really happen as well. It does happen now in South Africa too. Anyway, it's just weird how it's a cultural thing and that's just coming up in the Bible. But you shall keep my statutes and ordinances and commit none of these abominations. So I'm guessing it's sins, right?
Yeah, it is big sins, but also recently, like today, we're talking about, we feel like we're becoming like a child of God, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and like our bodies are adapting to our pace of like how we are, not somehow, because of God, the way in which we are training and skateboarding, it's really pushing our bodies, so it's changing, they're adapting, and it's sore, but it's like healing at the same time,
Like I'm losing the weight and everything. Like
Yeah.
I'm such a different person. I used to be 100 kilograms.
Yeah.
Now I'm aiming for like 85. I'm already under 90.
No, as I was saying, but because you're becoming a child of God, you're realizing it's simple as it's yes or no. Is it right or is it wrong? Is that particular instance right or is it wrong? It's wrong. So it goes against the commandments, what God wants for you. You need to follow those commandments. You can't just be like, I'm not too sure.
That's
It
right.
doesn't really sit with me about it. Like it is
that's
the
heavy.
country's rules.
But it's
But
wrong.
it does go against my core
Belief.
values rooted in me. Sure, they follow their Quran or their Torah or whatever, but you follow the Bible. And you should be strictly following the Bible. There's no middle ground.
There
It's
is no gray
yes
area.
or no. It's 1 or 0. With everything in life.
Yeah. As it vomited out the nation that was before you. That last part just says like, we know this. Empires always fall.
Yeah.
Empires all around fall.
Yes.
Roman empires, like the Soviet empire. Every empire just falls in history, and I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Wonder why.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much going on now. Like, the truth needs to be told. Otherwise, I think things are going to happen, Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavy. So, I agree with you. I don't have a solution for us. I agree with you.
But the solution is, and to every solution is, you should just pray about it. Don't ask Google what to do, you ask God. And that's also what I've come to realize today, especially, is why am I asking, like, for example, why am I asking AI for like solutions and like how I need to maybe go about my social media when I could just
Ask God.
ask God?
Bring
And
every.
that is the solution to every problem that you have. There's no what else is in. Yes, you have your common sense and your own brain to think, and if it's very simple to figure out, cool. But if it's in a dilemma where it goes against government system and God, Who should you ask?
God. Yeah. True. Well, then we've got some talking to do and some planning to do, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool, we'll figure that
But
one out.
it's an amazing verse at the same time.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? But it's a warning. It's a warning about. It's basically. I'm guessing we'll have to look it up. Leviticus. I'm guessing this is God, but you shall keep my statutes, and this is a warning to a nation. I'm guessing Israel. It's a warning to them back in the day.
Yes.
In the book of
Yeah,
Leviticus.
share what you think, please.
No, it's fine. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm guessing this was a warning to Israel. That's God's people, right?
Yes,
Israel's
yes.
God's people. And he was telling them, my ordinances can commit none of these abominations, which is basically the 10 Commandments, these ordinances. And otherwise, if you defile the land will spit you out, it'll vomit you out.
But do you know what's so funny?
As it vomited out the nation that was before you.
But do you know what's so funny is that it was repeated in Exodus as well. That I'm currently reading at the moment is that God gave all these things when Pharaoh was saying, yes, I'll do this. Then with Moses, the Israelites, yes, I'll do this, yes, I'll follow. And they didn't.
They didn't, yeah. They turned it back every single
and
time.
they still had another god, which was a calf, which they also were praying to, just
Calf is
because
Baal.
Moses, just because Moses was gone for 44 days. I'm not too sure.
They started praying.
In 44 days, we won 44 days yesterday. And so like he came back, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Like.
So we were on 44 days and that thing was about.
Correct. So, and then just because Moses was gone, they were like, oh no, God's forsaken us. So we decided to get another God and praise that.
Wow.
And then obviously God is like, well.
So humans lasted 44 days. Hey, we lasted 45. Let's read the brainy tip.
Yeah, I spoke it, sorry.
No, it's fine, man. I love it. I love hearing your insight as well. It's awesome. We treat We treat our neighbors according to what we believe, which impacts not only other people but also our own brains and bodies. If we constantly think about our own desires and needs, we make our own image of God. We sacrifice the needs and desires of other people, of every living thing, to this God, defiling the image of love in which we were created, bringing destruction and pain into the world and into our brains and bodies. If, however, we renew our minds and change our thinking, seeing the world as God's beautiful creation and treating others as valued and dignified beings, we heal the world and ourselves. Research has indicated that by helping others, we speed or stop that.
So good.
We're making our own fruit smoothies. They are super nice. It's like fresh fruit. It's the best fruit you've ever tasted here in Thailand. And we blend it in like an industrial blender, and it's just like one big fruity mush. And it's like 10 rand. So that's why, sorry. I'll go back to it. If, however, we renew our minds and change our thinking, seeing the world as God's beautiful creation and treating others as valued and dignified beings, we heal the world and ourselves. Research has indicated that by helping others, we speed up our own healing by more than 60%. We discover our true nature as human beings created in the image of a loving, gracious, wonderful God, and we step into our perfect whole selves. Cool, so that's also, okay, I get that, okay. So now put yourself in the position of the Israelites. Now listen to God. You are the Israelites listening, He's speaking directly to you. Do not defile the land. Treat it better.
Yes.
Plant your plants, look after your plants, clean your house.
Yeah.
Make sure your world around here.
Yeah.
There's no plastic laying around. If you can, if you do go to nice places,
Yes.
pick up after yourself. We have to all share the planet. We have to all take care of the planet, but we have to all take care of each other as well. Like hippie stuff coming up, alert, hippie stuff.
But it's not hippie, is it?
But we know there's enough money in the world to solve world hunger. We know there's enough currency to stop, and yet I know it's a very complicated issue. Blah 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 blah. Billionaires like to be billionaires. We need this apparently. My point is, okay, we can't save everyone. That's God's job, right? But my job and your job is to save whoever you can.
Correct.
Right in front of you, the people who you can see on a daily basis, because that's your world. Right, that vision that you can see now, that's your world until you turn it, until you step and step. Your world gets as big as you go, and where you can see you have to act in a loving manner. You have to take accountability for the fact that you're a Christian. You have to interact with the world and leave it better than you found it. Do not defile it. Keep my statutes, love thy neighbor, all these things, right? And my ordinances. Don't commit adultery. Don't commit sin. And commit none of these abominations. The thing you don't want to commit. And those are very, very simple rules to live by until you have to live by them. Until you have to do them day by day. Then you go,
Until you really decide that you are a child of God.
yeah, and you're going to live by them. Anyway, that's just what I think. I think put yourself, when we read the Bible, maybe, for me, pretend you are that person who is speaking to, like you screwed up or he's talking to you, because you have screwed up. At some point in your life you did.
Yes.
And you probably deserve a stern talking to by your father. So listen up and pay attention when these talkings are stern and there's a warning to it. Pretend he's talking directly to you. It's a good idea, perhaps. Leviticus 18, 26, 28. What does it mean to me in short form as possible? What do you think in short form as possible?
Obey and follow me in everything that I say and do and have said. The Old Testament and the New Testament, the old God and the new God and the old God are the same God. They haven't changed. Just because Jesus Christ died on the cross does not mean that God has changed. We only changed because Jesus Christ died on the cross. Because we know Jesus Christ died on the cross.
We have a path to God. It's through Him.
Yeah. We just take God seriously. We don't take Him seriously because we can't see Him. But if we could see Him and we could see His face, we would be dead.
We'd be dead. Yeah, we can't see God.
So face that reality as well. But follow and obey God's words.
I think what I'm going to write, all caps, obey.
Yeah.
Because I know who I should obey. I know what I should obey. As hard as it is, obey. That's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on the notifications if you want to. Anyway, happy Thursday.
Hope you liked it.
Theater.